activate all your equipment. We're going to go forward with your plea right now.
Okay.
Oh. Yes, sir. I'll do the usual email about where Lewis is on the 3 weeks.
I'm going to check in with this really around this time.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Jordan, you're going to be at the witness camera?
Yes, wow.
Okay. All right, Ms. Feely, are you ready? Ms. Rivers, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, that's Ms. Davis. Ms. Rivers, are you ready?
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay, great. Let's go on the record with position 23. It's indictment 23 SC 187021, State versus Brittany Davis. Ms. Davis, tell me, you don't need to tell me exactly what's going on, but are you in a hospital right now?
Actually, yes, I am. I'm in like the lobby. I'm just sitting here because it's quiet because like I have a lot of people in my room. I have COVID.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
I told Miss Wood when I got discharged today, I'll send her over all the papers.
Okay. I'm not doubting you, and I wasn't asking to try to prove anything up. I have two concerns.
Just so. I'm sorry.
Okay. I have two concerns. One, I want to make sure you're not on any medication right now that makes it.
I am not.
Okay. Make sure you let whoever is asking you questions finish the question, because the court reporter can't write down two people talking over each other. But it sounds like you're not on any medication right now.
No.
Okay. Number two, you have a right to be here in court with your lawyer by your side. You're in a much safer place given what you just described. Are you comfortable moving forward, not being here in court and not having Ms. Wood or Ms. Feely right by your side?
Yes, I am.
Okay. If at any point, Ms. Davis, you need to speak privately with Ms. Feely, who's going to handle the plea for you, let me know and I'll have her step outside and she can call you on your phone. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Jordan.
Yes, Your Honor. And before we begin,
Why is this your plea?
Mr. Peoples is still transitioning between crimes against children and the trial unit, so I'll be handling most of his pleas today, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Glad you're here.
And Your Honor, this I'm glad to be here, Your Honor. This will be a
Say it only if you mean it.
This will be a reduction to disorderly conduct, Your Honor. OCGA 16-11-39.
Okay. So, Ms. Davis, your plea is to a misdemeanor, not to a felony. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ms. Davis, can you please raise your right hand?
Yeah.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give before the court in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Can you please state your true, correct, and legal name for the court, please?
Brittany Michelle Davis.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medicine?
No.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
I'm 34 and 11th grade.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Do you understand that you are today pleading to one count of reckless conduct?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to this charge? And if you pled not guilty or remain silent, you would receive a jury trial?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charge in this indictment, including any potential defenses?
Yes.
Do you need any more time to discuss the case with your attorney?
No.
Are you satisfied with her services?
Yes, most definitely.
Ms. Feely, are you satisfied that your client has a full understanding of this proceeding?
Yes, and I didn't want to interrupt, but I heard you say reckless conduct, but I think we had decided on disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. My apologies, Your Honor. Let me see if that is the correct.
It's what you said initially was disorderly. That's what I jotted down, but I understand it's plea to a misdemeanor disorderly conduct.
That's correct, Your Honor. My apologies. Have you reviewed the indictment in this case? Have you reviewed the indictment in this case?
Yes.
Ms. Feely, do you waive formal reading of the indictment?
We do.
Do you also waive any and all defects in the indictment, including any with respect to your client's name?
We do.
Ms. Davis, do you recall being arrested originally under the charge of burglary in the second degree?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state is unaware of any outstanding warrants that are related to this charge. Ms. Feely, do you know of any outstanding warrants that are related to that charge?
No.
Ms. Davis, do you understand that you're entering a guilty plea to one count of disorderly conduct?
Yes, I understand.
And Your Honor, just for the record, the minimum for disorderly conduct is 1 day in custody and the maximum is 12 months. Ms. Davis, did your attorney advise to you the minimum and maximum sentence for that charge?
Yes.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty, which means that the state will recommend to the court the following sentence? Your Honor, as previously stated, the state is reducing the burglary in the second degree to disorderly conduct. The terms of the negotiated plea for that count is 12 months probation and to stay away from the incident location, which I will give during the factual basis.
All right.
Is that what was communicated to you, Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Do you understand that the court does not have to accept that recommendation?
Yes, I understand that.
Do you understand that the court can sentence you to the maximum on that charge?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special conditions of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence?
Yes, I understand.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea, which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
I am currently on probation from a charge that was connected to this charge.
Do you understand that your plea of guilty may affect your probation that you are currently on?
Yes.
Are
but
you
I have spoken with my officer about it. So.
Understood. Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea conviction may affect your immigration status?
Yes.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, I understand.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to a trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to testify or to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights, which I will now list off? The right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses called to testify against you, the right to the assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you could not afford an attorney at a trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proved beyond a reasonable doubt, and finally, the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial.
Yeah.
Has anyone forced, threatened, or promised you anything to get you to enter a guilty plea?
No.
How do you plead to one sole count of disorderly conduct in indictment number 23 SC 187021?
Guilty.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with the full knowledge of the charge against you?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have 30 days in which to appeal your conviction based on your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that since you are pleading to a misdemeanor charge, you have only 12 months from today to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea?
Yes.
And Your Honor, for a factual basis, on, I believe that's July
7th of 2020.
Yes, on July 7th of 2020, an officer responded to 437 reference to a burglary. Upon arrival, he made contact with the victim, Mr. Gregory Edwards. Gregory is spelled Gregory. Last name Edwards has normal spelling. Mr. Edwards stated that on that same date, at approximately 8:54, his employee, Thomas Davis, stole $1,600 worth of copper wire from his business. Mr. Edwards, who is the sole owner of the listed business, was able to show a still photo of the company truck that Mr. Davis is assigned with the copper wire lodged in the rack attached to the bed. Mr. Edwards stated that he had video footage of Mr. Davis pulling the truck into the yard near the particular area with nothing loaded on the truck. Mr. Davis then pulls the truck into the building where there are video cameras. When the truck exits the building, being driven by Mr. Davis' girlfriend, the defendant, the copper is loaded on the truck. The victim told a detective that the suspect in the camera footage was his employee, and that that suspect was also accompanied by the defendant, Miss Brittany Davis. Miss Davis was eventually arrested and charged with the offense of burglary in the second degree.
Do we know what happened with the gentleman?
Your Honor, if you'll give me 1 second, Your Honor, I do apologize. I do believe that they were able to eventually recover the items that were taken. They were able to recover a toolbox that Miss Davis had pawned earlier that morning, and I believe that they were able to get all of the items back.
Okay.
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Who do we have from pretrial today?
I'm here. Excuse me, I'm here, Your Honor.
Hey, Ms. Hardy, can you share with me whatever criminal history information you have for Ms. Davis?
Okay, this defendant has a total of 4 arrest cycles with arrests out of Georgia and Arizona. No felony convictions, FTAs, or probation violations to report.
Okay, thank you so much. Ms. Feely.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Davis is 34 years old. It sounds like she's very motivated to get this behind her, obviously from 2020. And it's my understanding that the main actor was not charged. So she kind of got roped into this, hanging out with maybe people she shouldn't have, but she has since moved on. If the court's inclined to accept the plea as negotiated, we're ready to move forward.
Okay, and the main actor would have been Mr. Davis. Okay, and that was actually the question I was asking is, not did they get stuff back, which is important, good to know, no restitution, but what the heck happened to Mr. Davis? But that's for some other court on another day. All right. Ms. Davis, do you have any questions about anything that we've been discussing?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Davis is your husband, is your brother? How are you connected to Mr. Davis?
Ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend. Got it.
Yep.
Is he in your life anymore?
No, he is not.
Okay. All right.
We haven't written, not since that day I got arrested for this. I have not spoken to him.
All right. Well, Ms. Davis, I find there's a factual basis for your plea and that your plea is knowing and voluntary. I will accept the plea. I'm going to sentence you to 6 months probation. I appreciate what the recommendation was, but this was 3 years ago. And in hearing from Ms. Hardy from pretrial, it's clear that this was an aberration for you. While you are on probation for 6 months, you need to stay away from Southwest Plumbing and Heating at 4375 Bakers Ferry Road. And I'll waive your probation supervision fees for the first 2 months. You will get contact information for misdemeanor probation through Ms. Wood or Ms. Feely, but probably Ms. Wood. She's going to let you know who you need to call and when you need to meet with them, and you need to make sure that you actually engage with those folks, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Ms. Feely, may my staff sign the indictment indicating Ms. Davis's misdemeanor plea on your behalf?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jordan?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Davis, can we sign it for you too?
Yes.
All right, that's it. You are free to go. Good luck with the COVID.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day.
You too.